So the first step to smoking cheese is choosing good cheese. You definitely want to choose flavors you like. I'm partial to cheddar. I like a lot of other ones too, but don't buy bad cheese and expect it to become better when you smoke it. Get something that's good. It might even be a little pricey, but if you're going to take the time to smoke it, you really want it to be nice. So this is kind of a crumbly cheddar that I chose. So I'm going to get these. I've got 4 of them. I'm going to cut them in half and try it, obviously, and get these ready. The reason we're cutting them in half, and you don't have to do that, but I'm giving these as Christmas presents, so I want to divide them up. And the more surface area you create, the more smoke flavor you can add to your cheese. So I'm going to get these cut up, and we will get them ready for the smoker. Okay, so we're going to get our smoke tube filled. Actually, we already have it filled with some pecan pellets from Knotty Wood. And then we're just going to use the torch to light it. I'm going to hold the torch on there for probably 30-45 seconds until we make sure it's lit. And then we'll get it down in the bottom of our pellet cooker and let it start smoking. So stay tuned while I do that, and then we'll get our cheese on. By the way, I will put a link to this smoke tube down in the description. Definitely worth getting if you're going to do cold smoking. By the way, it is very chilly here where I am when I did this. It was probably in the low to mid 30s. So that is pretty critical because even these smoke tubes on a hot day can make your smoker too warm to smoke cheese. So this is sort of a cool weather thing, works great when it's cool out. Do it early morning if it's not super cold where you are. I've done that before and it works. And by the way, I apologize for the poor videography as usual. So after it is lit, you want to get the smoke tube somewhere near the center of your smoker. Every smoker is different. This is a Weber SmokeFire pellet cooker. If you have a Traeger or some other kind of pellet cooker that you're using, you'll just have to try to get it near the center so the smoke is pretty evenly distributed throughout your cooker. You could do this in any kind of cooker, by the way. You need a little bit of space and you need airflow. Speaking of airflow, I took the ash pan out of my Weber SmokeFire to maximize the airflow. So you'll want to wait to put your cheese on to make sure that your smoke tube is going. This one is. Make sure there's no active flame. Blow that out and it will continue to smolder. Okay, now you want to put your cheese on. Just space it out evenly. Make sure there's room for the smoke to go around every piece. Don't put it too close together. And you'll want to smoke your cheese. An hour is really pretty good. 2 hours would be better. Don't go much longer than 2 hours, maybe up to 3 at the most. Keep an eye on the smoke coming out of your vents just to make sure your tube doesn't go out. I've never had it happen, but you never know. So if you have smaller pieces of cheese, you could wait until you're maybe an hour in, like I did here, and add your smaller pieces of cheese. I'm actually using string mozzarella cheese. I've never done string cheese before, so we'll see how it turns out. If you've done it before, go ahead and post in the comments how it turned out for you. I think it'll be pretty good. So after 2 hours, you can remove your cheese from the smoke. Again, I wouldn't go longer than 3. And you know your smoker wasn't too hot if you can reach in with no gloves and pull your cheese out. You'll want to let your cheese cool down to room temperature. One thing I did differently than the last time is I'm going to wrap each piece of cheese in butcher's paper for a couple of days, and then we will seal it after that. So I'm just going to take each piece and wrap it up. I'm not going to tape it or anything like that. I've seen a couple of people do it like this, and I liked smoked cheese without doing this before, so I want to see if this makes a difference. So just wrap your cheese in your butcher's paper. Parchment paper would work too. Then after a couple of days, you can use a vacuum sealer if you have one and package your cheese. It'll certainly help it keep longer. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you can use a Ziploc bag and press all the air out. That would be fine too. Hey, thanks for joining me for the second installment of Smoked Cheese. Do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Have a happy holiday.